Hello and welcome. Time for some technical analysis within the Dash market against Bitcoin. All bets, trades, and of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. It is the 12th day of September, 2019. Price action coming in at 00835 right now. And there's a lot of short term volatility. 3:01 p.m. Eastern, something interesting happened. It is 45 minutes after the fact, as it's 3:46 or 1500 hours, 46 minutes Eastern time. All right then. So I mean, this price has been getting its ass kicked. Back up in here, it was around. Well, it was, we'll say double O eight, or yeah, single O eight change. Now it's double O eight change. It's lost over 10 times its value from this high, even 12 times its value from the high back in March of 2017. It has areas below the support of 2016, and really in the areas of the lows and the middle areas of the price action from 2014 to 2016. Another way of saying it's been pretty much straight down. Within the weekly, as far as the 18 is concerned, when it left the sideways conjunction range of this area here, it fell below the 18 average of lows on the early part of 2018. Had a resistance test, but then ultimately failed. Had another resistance test in September, going down. It had a failed breakout in March of 2019. It got above the 18 average of highs, established level of resistance, and then showing weakness at the 18 lows. I've taught that before. If you see that, don't be surprised if there's a significant lower move after that. Well, I mean, it went down bigger than I thought it could. I would have expected, okay, expect support at around 11.5. Well, no, at least right now at the lower level. Okay, well, that's how it is. Now, as far as the daily chart, I want to move over to the Binance exchange for the rest of the way, at least going after this, because there's just more short term data. And what was going on in here, and we can see our time frame. Okay, you see this. The first thing you got to think of is that must have been like just someone clicking it and buying it and bringing it back down. And that wasn't the case. Although it may look like it on the 1 minute. Because this move happened all at once. You can't even really tell too well. You can see maybe it's barely going up, and yeah, it was making up and down moves for the entire day, and then it had this happen. Ultimately giving 100%, if not a bit more, of its moves back from this play. Now, for me, at this exact time of 3:01, I seen this happening the instant it started going higher because I got an alert. I had an alert for the Dash and Theta exchange. If it got to a certain point, obviously going higher for that, it told me. So I quickly went to Binance. It was unlucky that I didn't have any Dash on there, and I needed to have it on there at that time to make the trade because I had an opportunity to trade this at around 0.88, zero point 0.9. I seen it going up to zero point 0.9, falling back down. Around that time, I missed the whole up and down move as I was going to Binance, checking my wallet balance, seeing if I had any Dash. I had 0.02, which is like nothing. Okay, now I gotta look to see how many I would sell. I've calculated that number. Gotta go to my Trezor wallet, send the funds, and well, I don't care which of my fast accounts. I talk about some that can take 2 minutes to send. Well, even then, I'm talking about getting the 870 handle, and that would work out because that'd be the best you get. Now I got my funds will probably be available soon. It doesn't take that long for my Dash to send, but I gotta think it was I was alerted at 15:01 that this happened. Probably by 15:02 to 15:03, I logged into Trezor and I sent the funds. So I haven't checked, but I gotta presume they're available. But I don't need them now. If it happens to go back up, see, I was kind of hoping. I was like, damn, why is it going down so fast? I wasn't too happy to see that. I was hoping originally it doesn't look good anymore that this original move would find some support and go higher, but this 18th didn't do well, and we ultimately had the fall from it on the 1 minute from there. So this is an ultimate failed move. Now this wasn't just Binance based, meaning Binance went up and everything else didn't. No, Poloniex, Bittrex, all those other exchanges had that rally. Whether they went up to the same amount, let me just check. This goes up to almost 96 handle. Let's just check out Dash BTC on Poloniex. And it was close to 96. And on the Bittrex exchange, same thing. This goes up to the 96 handle, but again, giving it all back. And in this here, we can see on the 1 minute time frame just what the lower exchanges mean. They look like this, and then you look at the time, 11:14, then 11:16, so no trade at the 15 handle. Then 31, so no trades for about 15 minutes. And then 11:31 to 11:40, you can see multiple minutes per move, which, and there you go, there's a big one right there, 11:40 to 12:05. 25 minutes in time, not a single person traded this market this morning at that time. This one is every minute because of the fact that the big move occurred here. So why this went up, what kind of announcement, and why it was a fake move, fundamentally, I don't know. But ultimately showing that the rally is that of a failed one. How we move from here, I'm not too optimistic now. But I'm hoping it goes up from this and I can get that sell order back in. But the market's going to do what it's going to do. What I hope for doesn't come into play. Might, though. And if it does, well, now if it does this again, I'll have funds available. And for me, I like to usually have some funds available for every coin that I can trade on Binance. So I have a bit of this, bit of that. Sometimes I'll have none. And then, of course, I can move them fast from my hardware wallet when I need to trade. But what will normally happen is, let's just assume I have none of the Dash, or like in the case I have the 0.02. If the ratio were to go the other way, and I sell Theta for Dash, okay, I'll gain a whatever much higher than 0.02 in Dash, and yeah, I guess for now I'll just leave them there, put maybe an insane sell order at one of the markets, either the Tether, Ethereum, or Bitcoin market for a price maybe 2 or 3, 4 times higher. And they never go, but just to have it there. And then, of course, in a situation this, I have some. Let me just bring up the Bitcoin, the Dash and Theta cross, which I can get pretty fast because this is the alert that came up at 15:01 for me. So I had a buy order ready to go here and a sell order up here. What was 880? 880, I think, was the sell order. I believe my order. 879. So yeah, 880. So I have to wait for another 10% move. It's pretty much back to where I traded it last, which would have been around here somewhere. Having a buy order ready to go at that stage. Now my last trade before on this would have been I sold Dash to buy Theta, which meant when would that have happened? Let me just check. It was 908 at 798. So as the market was going up here, I ended up selling what Dash I had, less minus '02, and then I bought Theta. And then nothing's happened since then because it didn't go low enough down here, and well, now it got above it here, but obviously not fast enough to be able to get in. And unfortunately, I don't have anything faster than this 1 minute time frame, meaning I would like to see these 3 periods on like a 5 second time frame kind of deal. And I can't, unfortunately, but that just shows you how fast you got to be. You literally have to be trading between 15:01 and 15:02 to get over like 878. There was just no other way around it. Or have your orders ready, have your sell order ready to go for Dash for what that level would be. Which, okay, let's just assume, and this is something you have to consistently look at over and over and over again. That okay, I want to sell this at 880, and price action's down in here. So therefore, I'm gonna have to figure out. Well, if it's at 810, that's like 70 points higher. That's like 9%. So I'm whatever 9% higher is on the Dash price right now. I'm just going to have it ready. So if I had one available and ready for it again, if you happen to not be around at this time, well, then you got the sell order hit. And in that situation, and it happened to be now you look back and it's here at 807, obviously because Dash did exactly what you're seeing there, just literally the one move up and then giving over 100% retracement, then you really have two options as a ratio trader. Number one, you could complete your trade. Go ahead, buy your Theta, everything's fine. You'll get a ratio probably around 880 because most likely Theta's not doing much within this time. Number two, just say, yeah, I don't want to do that trade. I'm just going to buy my Dash back and get maybe 10% more of it, or maybe 10% free Bit, or just get free Bitcoin worth 10% of what I'm going to use, or something of that nature. and then just keep on moving like it didn't exist. And again, a small amount of free coins, or 10% of a bonus from the amount you had for sale at that price. Alrighty, thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.